This is gonna be great for the old sinus headache. Hey, welcome back to the garage. Today I'm gonna try to do a little bit of metalworking. I'm gonna try to tackle that hole in the floor pan. I think it's small enough that I could fix it without causing a huge problem, but there's a huge chance that I can create more problems for myself. Cool, so I'm just gonna switch you over into the car and we will check it out and see what we gotta do. This is the hole that I want to patch. You can see it did involve the floor pan over here like this. So I'm going to have to cut out something like that on the floor pan, replace this, but I'm also going to have to cut out this area here, and that has a curve in it. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of metal working. The problem is, right along here is where the frame rail is, right underneath this. So I'm hoping that I can salvage some of this structure here, but probably not. So I'm going to probably have to cut a significant portion of this out. So let's start cutting. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to hit all this with a wire wheel, get a better idea of where we're at and what's left. All right, let's do this. Well, got a much better idea of what's going on, and yeah, we definitely have to cut this out a little bit more. I wonder how far it's spread underneath here. Alright, so we're kind of running into the frame rail there a little bit, but there is this piece of metal in between, so it should be okay. It's not that bad, honestly. Alright, so now I'm sure there's going to be some experts at some point along the way that will say, you're not cutting enough out. And I'm not going to fight you on that. I might not be. But I'm not an expert, man. Could you cut me a break? And then for here, I'm going to cut out here. So that does leave a little bit of this dimpling over here, which I'm confident that I can handle with the rust reformer. That's what we're cutting out. Alright, you can see I didn't actually fully cut through this corner, so that's going to be a problem. But we did get through there. I think that's good. I'm going to cut a little bit more here, and then I'm going to chisel it out. A quick break. I'm going to try to hammer this side out. Then I'm going to try to pound this back to close to where it was as far as its angle here because I'm gonna have to rebend at least the bottom part into it. Okay, so there we go. It was a pinch weld. And then that's the panel that the frame rail connects to about right here. By now, y'all know I'm pretty big on recycling. And I like to, I want to see if I can kind of incorporate that into this. So I'm gonna cut out one piece from here, and I think I can get another one from here. It will have a hole in it. I don't want to incorporate this feature. I could hammer that out actually. I'm not sure actually if I can do this, but I will try. I'm gonna, here, let's try this. This is very sharp metal, and I don't want to slice my finger open like I typically do. So for this, I want to incorporate this stamping. And of course I'm going to be doing this a little bit oversized. So we can trim it to fit. So that's going to be the floor pan part of this. And then I have to do this, which is going to get bent. I think I could fit this. So yes, there's going to be a hole in the middle of this, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. See, it's a little bit right on the edge here. So I'm going to have to hammer this back out. You get reasonably flat sheet metal from that. All right, we're gonna go outside to cut this because I'm feeling very flammable today in this coat. All right, we'll let it cool down and then see what we got. Okay, so as you can see, we have decent analogs. These are very sharp, so you don't really want to mess around with this too much. So that's gonna go there, and then that's gonna go on the bottom. And I really liked having this this VIN number, whatever this is, stamped into this. I just thought that was kind of cool. You might think it sucks, but it's good for us to disagree sometimes. So I'm gonna hit these, I'm gonna address these corners because these are super sharp. I'm also going to wire wheel all the paint off of them. Yeah, then we weld them back in. Typically don't use these kinds of gloves when I'm working with this thing, but these are very sharp, so I want some slight cut resistance. I'm gonna dress these edges first and then are gonna weld this hole up, so I just want to like completely remove the paint. We burn it in. I just want to like try to flatten this out real quick. Alright, that was perfect. And then there was another, there's the little hump thing that was over here. So let's see if we can flatten that out. Again, perfect. Cool. Let's go mark it up and how it's gonna sit in the car, and then we'll see how we can put the bend in it. I think this goes like this. And then we just have to put the gentle bend in it. It's actually slightly too large. I'm gonna mark this one up first. That is going to fit perfectly here. All right, so I think that's good. This needs a little work. I think I want it to go like this, but a little bit more has got to come off this edge, and like that. Yeah, it needs a little bit more room over there. And then the bend is going to come across here like this. Nice straight line. Can't be in a rush when you're doing these things. A lot of fitting and stuff you gotta do. Let me move you over here. Watch my eyes, would you? Probably not the right way to do this, but we're learning, right? That's how we learn. That put like a gentle curve into it. Go too far, we can always hammer it back down and put a tack in. Yo. That fits. Okay. 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 Just stick up a little bit. Yeah. A little bit more metal prep. I'm gonna have to grind away all this coating on this. And then, so we can get a good bead on that. And then I'll just mark this in. Yeah, buddies. A little bit up over here, but I'm not too worried about that. All right, so I took a quick break and I'm gonna dress this with the flap wheel, and then we'll see where we're at to fill in all the extra holes that I obviously left because I suck at welding. Another beautiful sunset. Too bad I just missed it. All right, so here we are. Time to tack this guy in. Get this floor pan fully put back together. It's a little proud, but I'm okay with that. I don't really care. I just want to make sure that, so you see that there's still some holes and stuff, right? So it's not perfect, but I will address that. All right, it's pretty late. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint this with some primer. Probably going to have to fill those holes with a little bit more weld. I'm gonna do that as a part 2. For now, I'm gonna just paint this. We'll take some close-up shots so you can see all the holes from my crappy welding. And then, yeah, we'll wrap this one up. A lot easier to see all these little holes now, and how hard it is to brine the snots out of there. But the big gaping hole is gone. I just need to deal with these little guys and the bottom. I also have to handle the bottom, but I'm gonna leave that as a part 2. Beautiful. Oh my god, I have to put so many tools away. So that's gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna finish the rest of this in part 2. I got another piece of history from this Mustang to add to my little corner of curiosities over there. I'll finish up the rest of this in the underbody resto, because that's kind of a long running multi-part sub-series. So I'm gonna do that in there. For now, I'm gonna leave this. I think the next step is I want to jack it up again, put the jack stands under all 4 wheels so that it puts the tension weight on the suspension, and then I'm going to torque everything in, and then I think we can start finishing up the firewall. Once we do the firewall, then we can put the steering wheel back in, and then she's a roller. So yeah, quite a bit more work to do. Remember to get your questions in. Go to sleazysgarage.com. Doing the Ask Me Anything pretty soon. A couple of you are trolls, and it's pretty funny. So we'll figure out a way to answer some of those questions. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, and then got that, and then got that. Alright, that's good. I don't like it just moves. That's supposed to be supporting me. I promise you, everybody rolling your eyes, it'll come out good. We're gonna never see this. I'm gonna give my back a rest and then grind it. I'm in danger. Again, nobody is ever gonna see this. Except you and me. You're not gonna tell anybody, are you? Right?